Well, what has the qualifying session for the Brazilian Grand Prix thrown up? What a session. I mean, every single one, bang, surprise, every single time. And I never saw this one coming. Max Verstappen, who thought a P6 in the sprint qualifying was bad. Oh, we've not seen this for an absolute age. Yeah, let's jump straight to his dry and sunny session into Q1. Gabi Bortoleto, they couldn't get that car out in time. I think they missed it probably about 60 seconds. They had about a minute or just over or just under when they finished that car. Gabi got in the car, but unfortunately just couldn't get out to make a time, so no time for him. He will start last. Maybe in from the pit lane, let's see tomorrow. Yuki Tsunoda, another disappointing qualifying session for him, P19, and that car, it's not all probably down to Yuki Tsunoda where you look where his teammates ended up. Franco Colapinto 18th, Esteban Ocon 17th, and Max Verstappen, yes, Max Verstappen in P16, out in Q1. We've not seen that from an absolute age. And normally you see I wouldn't write him off from here because last year he won from P17. That was with a 5-place grid penalty. So, yeah, I think this is going to be very different because the car just doesn't seem to be there. Even in the sprint race, he had the fastest car on track towards the end of the session, but he was, you know, wasn't making in massive amounts of time on George Russell. He'll need a bit of a miracle to be definitely to win it and even be on the podium the way things are going in that car. He was at a loss to explain exactly what has actually gone on here because he didn't understand why they were as bad as they were. 10 places worse off than they were in the sprint, so the direction that they've gone is completely the wrong one. And both RBs were Racing Bulls out, or Red Bulls out in Q1. We've not seen that for absolute age. The star of that session, though, was Pierre Gasly in P2, Lando Norris in P1, and Ollie Berman in P3. Both of them going on to do well in the rest of the sessions. Into Q2, Carlos Sainz, another disappointing session, P15 for him. Lance Stroll, again, disappointing, P14. The Aston Martins weren't quite as strong in the qualifying for the main race as they were for the qualifying for the sprint race. Lewis Hamilton in P13. Another disappointing session for him because his teammate was P4 in that session. Alex Albon in P12 and Fernando Alonso in P11. Again, the star of that session was Ollie Berman in P2. Haas was going really well around here, and Ollie was having a fantastic day so far. Into Q3, and it's Lando Norris on pole position. He pulled off the perfect lap on his second run. His first one wasn't so good at all, to be honest with you. And then he got it right with a mega lap to put it on pole position. Kimi Antonelli, who had a great sprint race in P2, a really solid day from him. He'll be hoping he can just make it that one place higher up. And if the Mercedes carries on the race pace that they've shown in the sprint race, then Kimi Antonelli is in with a shout, because if he can go for a dive bomb on Lando Norris, I think Lando Norris has got an awful lot to lose, and so there's that chance for Kimi Antonelli if that arises. Charles Leclerc with a brilliant lap to get that in P3. You didn't see that one coming. Yeah, he just turned up out of nowhere in Q3. He was saying himself that we were really struggling in Q1 and in Q2, just made it through. But what a brilliant lap from Charles Leclerc to get it in P3, and that's why he is one of them qualifying masters. Oscar Piastri in P4, I'd say that's disappointing because at one point it didn't look like he just managed to squeeze it into P2, but then two brilliant laps from the two guys ahead of him. P2 would have been a pretty solid job, just come home behind Lando Norris and then live to fight in the next few races. But it's a long race tomorrow. Kind of needs to beat Lando Norris now, doesn't he, Oscar, with the points gap that's opened up after his sprint crash. Isaac Hadjar with a brilliant P5 for him. A really, really good session for the Racing Bulls. Almost a switch between them and Aston Martins in this session. Isaac with a P5. George Russell in P6. He'll be disappointed 4 places behind his teammate. Liam Lawson rounds off a great session for the Racing Bulls, like I've said, with a P7. Ollie Behrman, I think he'll be disappointed because it looked like there was potentially more in that car. A P8 for him. Pierre Gasly, I think he'll be mega happy with that. P9. He'll be hoping he can pick up some more points. He finally got a point in the sprint race, and that car just seems to like it around this circuit. And can he go well there in the race tomorrow? From P9, and Nico Hulkenberg rounds off the top 10 for a solid session for him in that Sauber. Well, what a race we've got for us tomorrow. Max Verstappen from P16, he's got a job to do. Will we see a surprise winner up at the front? We've got 7 different teams in the top 10. We've not seen that in an absolute age. A lot of them with awful lot of nothing to lose, and 2 guys looking for fighting for the championship. Lando Norris will be just hoping for very much what happened in the sprint. Got away cleanly off the line into turn 1, and they'll be just hoping for more of the same, and he can keep the Mercedes back from there. But if he can't do that, I think we might be in for a bit of a difficult race tomorrow. Let's see how it pans out. It should be interesting and exciting. I can't wait for the action to get going. Let me know your thoughts on that qualifying session. I'll see you on the next one.